Today on the Tim Marner Podcast Show, I've got my mate, Charlie Bolton, Great Britain wrestler, the owner, founder of Farmer Strong. It's going to sound a bit weird, this, but I was thinking about it in the shower this morning, right? And I was trying to describe you and kind of try to understand in my head who you are. I'm very grateful to have met you and to have you as a mate. And then I thought to myself, the best way to describe you is a humble warrior. Yeah. You got such a lovely way about you, mate. You're so kind and you always put everybody first. But you just wouldn't cross you because you've got this capability of just like killing someone. And I think it's so nice. This kind of Japanese philosophy of this humble warrior. Have you ever thought of that, of yourself as that?
Yeah, all the time, because people say to me, like, why are you so, like, modest with yourself? Why do you not sell yourself more?
Yeah.
But that's always been in my nature from being a young age of just, like, you know, don't be too showy-offy or...
But how have you done that, though? Is that your parents? Is that your...
A bit of both, really. I think from a young age, started wrestling when I was 6. And that's what wrestling teaches you, that you can always be better, but there's always, in wrestling, you're not undefeatable, you're not invincible, you can always be better, and there's always somebody better than you. So I think the foundations of wrestling has always taught me to be disciplined, but to be humble and modest.
That's amazing, that, isn't it?
Yeah. So
is that something obviously you've thought about as you get older? You think about it more, but at the time, did you think about that?
It was, like, for an example, like when I was in primary school, if I just won the British Championships and like people be beaming with pride, and they'd be like, "We want to announce that at school in the assembly," I'd be creasing inside. I'd like hate the limelight of it.
Right.
So
So it's no one's taught you that. That's just kind of you as a person, because you're sort of a natural introvert, aren't you?
Yeah. But at the same time, I like, showing what I'm about. Like, I like showing what my identity is as a wrestler. Now,
how do you balance that? Do you struggle with it?
With
sort of like showing the true Charlie?
So sometimes, but like, yeah and no. Like, you can go down my social media and you can you can identify myself as a wrestler, or that's Charlie, like Farmer Strong. So it depends where you draw the line, but I wouldn't go shouting it from the rooftops like what I've achieved or what I've done. It's just not in my nature to be like that.
Yeah, I wonder, because it's hard, isn't it? Because obviously you've got a business to run and you try to do that, so you have got to be a little bit showy off it in a way.
Yeah.
That was what I was saying about the struggle of it, because you've actually got to turn that on, haven't you? When it's not naturally in you, it's quite hard to do that, isn't it? Obviously, me and you've had loads of conversations about this, about bringing you more to the forefront and stuff like that.
Yeah, because if you don't paint the picture of who you are and what you're about, no one's gonna know about it, are they?
Yeah.
So that's like, it's getting that balance of, showing who you are, but at the same time always being, modest and humble of like what you are.
Yeah. What is the Farmer Strong message? Now, me and you talk about it all the time. What is the Farmer Strong message? Now we've talked it out, me and you and stuff. What's been cemented in you?
In terms of what other people,
what it is for you.
What it is for me is just enjoying training and making it fun. So like every time I plan a session, I want to make sure that everyone leaves having a good time and feeling good about themselves. So that's how I see Farm Strong, regardless of your ability, whether you're a top class athlete or you're walking in on the first day of training, that everyone leaves and has had a good workout, a good graft, and they feel mega.
Yeah, it can be an intimidating place, can't it, from the outside? When you look at the social media, Farmer Strong social media, you just think, we're down on a farm and training. But when you actually it's so hard because you don't understand it until you've actually done. a class.
Yeah.
The people are just like, there's no egos, there's none of that fucking judging each other. You know, you just feel part of something, don't you?
Yeah.
Even though if you only go up like every now and then.
Yeah, that's it. But like I was speaking to one of my members yesterday, and she said to me, "You don't give praise, do you?" I was like, "Well, I don't mean to not give praise to people, but that's like going back to who I am, because we can always be better. There can always be a better version of ourselves, and we can always improve."
Yeah.
But yeah, I always want people to feel like, oh, that's something that's fun, that's something different that, you know, I've not experienced before. So
yeah, it's just the family aspect of it, isn't there? There's a really nice family aspect of kind of what you've got.
Yeah, I think a lot of the time you can walk in a gym, and especially a class, your first day walking in, you can feel, no matter what your ability level is on fitness, you can feel a bit like uncomfortable because you don't know people. But so many people walk through the door and they meet our regular members who come 3-4 times a week, and instantly they're made to feel like they're welcome and that they can just slide straight into the session no matter what their ability is, that they're not going to get judged, and they can just like be themselves and have fun.
I know we've talked about this before, but how do you stop yourself from becoming another fitness gym? How do you stop yourself from looking at other people and kind of going, I need more memberships, or kind of, you know, something me and you talk about? I think it's important to maybe talk about this. Yeah,
that's very hard, especially with social media, when you can just scroll through Instagram reels and get caught up in that like dimension of another gym. But I think you just have to keep coming creative. Like every day I've got like ideas going through my head of what equipment can you use, how can you structure the workout, how can you structure the session so it is different.
It's amazing, man. I love it. Honestly, I love training there, mate. It's just mint. I kind of love it more in winter when it's dark, to be honest.
Do you?
Yeah.
See, like we've had
I think that just suits me as a person. Do you know what I mean? Just that kind of.
We've had a great winter. Like classes have been busy, and no one has once moaned and said like, "Oh, it's cold, it's grim." Everyone just got stuck in. Yeah. And just like cracked on, and that's what makes Farmer strong. Like everyone just like got that positive attitude, positive energy, just to get better. The sort of Great Britain side of it, the wrestling and stuff like that. You've not talked to me before about that. How hard is that to get to that level? So it's top. The thing is, right, wrestling in this country is not a big sport. So, you know, you can be, again, going back to what we started with, you can be the best in Britain. But because you're the best in Britain doesn't mean that you're going to go to the Olympic Games. You're not the best in the world. I think people see Great Britain as like a superpower when it comes to elite sport, don't they? Yeah. So the challenging factor is that due to it being a small sport, lack of funding, you know, we don't tend to be able to compete on the highest world stage. Right. So when we're coming up in the European Championships or World Championships, you're against like guys from Eastern Europe who will be in like a full-time training program and, you know, earning a salary from being on the national team. They're just doing it day in, day out. They're doing it day in, day out, whereas we're working, running a business. Yeah. Balancing that on top of trying to train like a full-time athlete is very, very challenging. So leading up to the Commonwealth Games last year, I had like 4-5 months where I had to put Farmer Strong to one side and my business and be all in on focusing on preparing for the Commonwealth Games, which for us is like our Olympic Games, right, in Great Britain, right, within the home nations. When you got in that, how did you feel like? You don't give fuck all away, do you? It was because you're quite stoic, aren't you? Yeah. You don't really give much emotion away and stuff like that. I'm like, how did you feel, Charlie? When you Oh, hand on heart,
You must have been proud of yourself.
No, hand on heart, honestly, it was like a relief.
Wasn't it?
Yeah. So I'd done my first games in 2018 in the Gold Coast. That was massive. Because the year before that, I moved away from home to live in Canada to make sure that I had the best preparation and best training to be able to make the team to qualify. With this Commonwealth Games, come out of COVID, I just started Farmer Strong. It was booming, and I thought, there's more to life than just wrestling. But I didn't want to finish I just didn't want to finish like that. I wanted to get another Games in me, because I didn't want 20 years time to then regret everything and
what
think,
if?
why did I sacrifice that for them memories and for something that I've done since I was 6 years old. So I think for this
so
one...
from 6?
Yeah, 6 is when I started. So it's like over 20 years of work, and I didn't then want to be like, well, why have I not carried that on? Why have I not finished on a high? So COVID, 12 months off from any training, getting back into it to qualify for the Games. We had 3 qualifying tournaments, that were criteria that you had to meet. So after meeting the criteria and after being selected, it was kind of like I was happy, obviously, but a bit of a relief that, this is now going to be my last opportunity to potentially compete at the highest level.
Are you thinking this is, when you've done this, you're done?
Yeah, because I saw so much potential in my business.
Yeah.
So with wrestling,
you love it, mate, don't you? Farmer Strong, you love it.
Yeah.
You love the people there.
Yeah, it's.
He changes them, doesn't it?
You can't put it into words to people. You know yourself, but this is your, it's your child, it's your business, is your passion.
Yeah.
And just where was we on, like the Games?
Yeah, the Games, and like you're thinking, is that it? Are you done after you've done that?
Yeah. So my plan was to give it 5 months, give it everything you've got, no stones unturned mentality, and just like try and finish on a high note. And you know what, I have no regrets whatsoever, because despite losing for the bronze medal against Nigeria, I can't put it into words how good that day was. That was like the pinnacle of my 20 years of wrestling, being in Birmingham, home crowd, live on the BBC. You're walking out for every match, and the crowd's cheering. All these people who've watched you on your journey from being a young age, seeing the crowd cheering you on. It was like such a special moment. So yeah, no regrets with that. It was
sick, that, mate, innit?
It was an amazing experience. Like, I remember winning the quarter-final match against South Africa. It was a dead close match. Could have gone either way. And just like, I've never experienced this before, because it's not a big sport in our country, and this was a time it was on like a big stage, and the crowd was stamping, on the bleachers and like cheering and shouting my name, and I was like, give me goosebumps. But yeah, it was amazing. Such a good experience.
So you finished that, yeah?
Yeah. So the plan
did you let yourself come down a little bit? Did you take a little bit of a break?
No, because I was just so excited to get straight back into seeing everyone and get the ball rolling, because I knew what potential it had and what it still has.
Yeah.
So I was just so excited just to get back, and like, I remember leaving the Athletes Village on like a Monday or Tuesday after the Games and being just buzzing to get back to the farm and get going again.
What have you got coming up? What kind of things what have you got in your head, Jew?
So we've got a few different upcoming projects. So the barn that we're currently in is it's an old barn. It's over 60 years old. So the plan is to extend that, do it up, new sheeting around it, so it's more of a stable, sheltered barn. As you've seen at the minute, it's class. It's old, but
it's class.
Yeah. It's going to be a bigger facility.
Yeah.
Aesthetically, probably a lot more cleaner.
Yeah.
So that's on the go. And
How long would something like that take?
hoping like over the next 4 months, depending on when the building can start.
How much bigger are you going to go with it?
The barn.
Yeah.
So an extra 10 feet wide, an extra, I think it's another 15 feet.
It'd be a big unit, that, isn't it?
Because it's going to be a big space for training in.
What's your dad saying about that?
Oh, he's really excited.
Is he?
Really, really excited. I think for him, he was like, when I first started and I was just like PTing a few people on like a little field and just using like straw bales and tyres and
Is that how you started out?
Yeah, so the way I started out was just gathering any object I could find on the farm to train with. It started in COVID, gyms had closed, couldn't go wrestling. I had to keep up my training somehow. So tractor tyres that were lying about, hammers, big sledgehammers, straw bales.
Yeah.
And my training was just focused on odd objects to train with.
I didn't know that's how you started.
Yeah. So it weren't a plan. Farmer Strong weren't a plan. So I started training with all these like random bits of metal, big stones, logs, and just started training throughout lockdown with like all this random stuff and just coming up with random workouts just to keep my strength and fitness up for when I would eventually return back to training on the mat.
So what are you doing? You're videoing these and putting them on Instagram.
So I was
people are like,
I was videoing it and putting it on Instagram as you do in COVID, like home workouts.
Yeah.
And people are like, bloody hell, that's creative. You're so lucky to have that space, which I was. And it was different. People hadn't seen that before, like somebody carrying like a straw bale above their head or pushing big round bale.
Yeah.
And it just went from that really. So as we started to come out of lockdown, I still couldn't get back to wrestling because of social distancing rules. My parents were quite old, so they were like, I guess, vulnerable at the time. Yeah. And I just started you know what, I'll just like advertise to my friends, my followers, that I'm doing PTs on the farm. So, yeah.
One by one.
And luckily with the support of all my friends who came down.
Then you started putting classes on?
Started videoing it, and I'm very lucky to have like the sport network I have of friends.
Yeah.
And it's the power of social media.
Yeah.
It just got bigger and bigger, and started doing little small classes, and then it just came to me like...
Who builds all the stuff, all the frames and all that?
So when I started out, now a good friend, but at the time he was just a guy, messaged me, and he was like, "Oh, can I come and train with you?" So my friend Scott, good friend, he just helped me. He's just one of them people who can like do anything.
Yeah.
He has a SGL laser service.
Oh really?
That's a shout out.
Yeah, that's a shout out. That.
He just helped me. Like I had all these ideas, but I didn't know how to piece them all together. So he helped me build the equipment. But yeah, before that, the interesting story, is Farmer Strong. Like, where did that come from? So as a kid growing up, as a young kid when I was wrestling, naturally I was quite strong, just through working on the farm with my dad. Yeah. Carrying stuff. Day-to-day farm activities. Yeah. So I built that natural strength, and then when it came to wrestling, I was quite physically stronger than a lot of the other kids. And one of my mates, George, he always used to say, "You've got farmer grip, you. You've got, when you grow up."
I've heard it before, people say you've got farmer strength. Yeah.
You've got farmer hands. Yeah. And it just came from that. Yeah. Farmer Strong.
It's class, mate, isn't it?
That's just how it turned out. So yeah, eventually got my logo done, set up my Instagram page, and then just started advertising for classes once a week. Started to get busier and busier, 2 classes a week. Winter came, I had nowhere to go. Well, didn't have nowhere to go, but it's getting darker nights, raining, windy, fields all muddy. I thought, what am I going to do? Went into the barn and literally when it was started off, it was just half the barn and the rest were covered in straw and hay.
Right.
So it just grew from that.
Where'd you put all the straw and hay now then?
So my dad luckily gave me the barn, concreted the rest of it, because it was all just like a dusty clay, not clay, but like a sandy floor. Concreted it, moved all the straw out into another barn, and then it just kind of stemmed from that. Another lockdown came, if you remember, was it December, January?
I think, yeah.
And then that was probably the best period for me, because it really gave me time to really reflect on what's next, what we're going to do. And then that's when we started building the outdoor bit at the back of the barn, and got the rig all set up, all the equipment, climbing frames, and just made it into something proper, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It's nice, mate, because it still feels like a farm. Do you know what I mean? It still feels part of it. It's I think you can maybe overdo it where it's produced a little bit too much, where it's kind of a fitness facility on a farm, but it feels like a farm that's got a fitness facility on it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I always want to be. I want to be an authentic person. So that's carried out through Farmer Strong, and very, very lucky to be where we are in that location, because them views you can't. Yeah, I don't know anywhere else unless you're maybe top of Rivington, but it's unbelievable. It's an unbelievable place to be, and everyone buzzes off being in that environment that it's into training.
You just gotta keep carrying on, mate, haven't you?
Yeah,
just keep showing up, just keep doing videos, just keep fucking adding to it, just keep going, mate.
I always beat myself up, and every time I see it,
no.
God's sake, like why's that happened? But it's consistency, and without them moments, we wouldn't have time to reflect on. Yeah. If everything was going right all the time, we wouldn't be improving. No. We wouldn't be getting better or moving forward.
No. But you've got that mentality, haven't you? Just from that wrestling background right back in the day, like they never let you rest. They never let you complain. They never let you. It's like, look, just crack on.
Yeah.
Keep showing up.
Keep
Do
showing
you know what
up.
I mean? A lot of people aren't like that. You know what I mean? They're wrapped in cotton wool. And that's what I love about coming down to Farmer Strong. That you've got this beautiful support network, but it helps harden you. Done it? Because you're doing things that are really uncomfortable, and you're like, I don't really want. Why am I jumping over a wall here?
Yeah.
Why am I pulling a tyre? I'm like, come on. But it just hardens. You see everybody else going through the same shit, and you're just like, it's hardening me. It's thickening my skin.
I remember when I first started and like numbers were low, and people were like, I don't know if I want to come because it looks too hard.
Yeah.
But everything's, it's only hard here.
Yeah.
Because everything can be adapted.
Yeah.
Can be changed.
Yeah, it's easy to go to gym, innit? And just like nice warm gym, and then you got some nice dumbbells. You're sat on a nice seat, and you can look at yourself in the mirror and shit. There's none of that at Farmer Strong.
No.
And that's what hardens you.
Yeah.
Not looking at yourself in the mirror.
Someone said to me once, like, "Yeah, we should get some mirrors in here." I was like, "What?" Like, no, that's not what it's about.
Yeah.
Like, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not your David Lloyd. It's not JD.
You just don't give a shit, but I don't care what you look like.
Yeah.
It's not about that.
Yeah.
It's just how you feel at that end, and you've been part of something. When you're in that moment, you're part of something big in yourself. When you're doing the runs and stuff like that, I'm going to say shout out to Del. Absolutely love you, Del. And Del's like me and him working, and he's like, come on, Tim. And just like, fucking hell, mate, this is like sick, this. Yeah. He knows what I'm going through here, and he's catching me at the right time.
Yeah.
And everybody else is kind of doing the same thing. I'm like, there's none of that.
No. That's what, like...
Can't look at yourself in the mirror. Can't check yourself, are you all right? I've got my fucking tracky bottoms on sometimes, and my socks roll over the top, sweating me back out. I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. I just need to get through this.
Yeah, that's it. Like, it's weird to describe it unless you've experienced it.
Yeah, I was trying to explain wild camping to somebody the other day, like, and you can't explain it. It's a feeling. And it's the same with Farmer Strong. You can't explain it to someone. You've got to go and experience it, and you're just like, fuck me, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
Was not expecting that.
Yeah.
And you go away on a high.
Yeah, you go away buzzing.
Buzzing.
And every session's different to some extent. Obviously, there's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
You've got to recycle like your formats and
Yeah. But you've got loads, haven't you? What? Just give me some of the equipment that you've got down there now.
I mean, our bread and butter is sandbags, tractor tyres. You know, the ergs are great, aren't they? That's something that you would find in your stereotypical gym. But lifting, carrying, pushing, pressing, squatting, just all simple movements that are just really good for you.
Yeah, because you've got the proper strongman, what they call is it yokes?
Yokes, yeah.
You've got those.
Yeah,
you've got
Atlas Stones. And there's still other bits that we're looking to incorporate. But one thing that is great that we've said is the teamwork mentality. So we have like a class on Saturday 10 to 11 where you're working in a 3 or a 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And
that's my favourite. That.
Yeah, it's just, you know yourself, like you're in a group of 5 people and it's that like, come on, let's go, let's do it. I know it's tough, but let's just get it done. Yeah, and it toughens you up, and you feel mint after it. You feel you feel amazing. Yeah.
It's so hard to explain.
Yeah,
isn't it?
But we're always looking to,
and that's what's, you know, me and you talk about marketing and getting the Farmer Strong name out there and stuff, and that's the art bit, isn't it? It's trying to explain to someone a feeling that you get when you're somewhere, and it's really hard to explain. That's why it's the videos have got to come from the members, haven't they? Yeah. To explain what we've just explained now.
Yeah. That's...
Because no matter how many videos you do of people carrying things, it's like, looks cool
you're just fitting into
this is the mentality people like, looks cool that, but I'm not doing it.
Yeah, that's been the problem. People like, it's too hard for me, that.
Yeah. But if you got like a lady talking to camera saying, I didn't think I was going to do this, but like I really enjoy it, and it's not as hard as you think.
Yeah.
It just changed the whole relationship of that video that you've just seen.
Yeah.
Into it. But again, doing that for you is hard.
Yeah.
Because of you're humble and you don't want to get up in people's faces.
Yeah. And they're the same people. They don't like having the camera in the face, even when they're training and doing something mint, like a 50-year-old woman climbing the rope for the first time, and you're beaming with pride, and she's buzzing. Then you get your phone out, and they're like, "Don't get that on social media. Don't put that on." But you know, that's.
I think it's just consistency with it, mate. You know what I mean? It's like you just keep doing it, and then it's just like they film me, and it's just like it is what it is. But I feel by doing that, it hardens people up as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't be scared to make a dick of yourself on video. You know, I think there's something really beautiful in that as your video, and it's just. It's, you know, I took that picture. You remember me took that picture with April? It was an horrible picture. It was an horrible picture for me. It was an horrible picture for her. But I put it on and she shared it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, that's sick.
But that's the type of people who...
Right, that's sick.
That's the type of members we have. Like, they do not care of how they look or what. They're there for a good time and a good laugh and working hard.
Yeah.
We had I had an influencer there with My Protein once. So My Protein brought all their influencers down, and it was a great day.
Yeah.
Like, lovely people, but you know what you see on social media.
Yeah.
They're just taking themselves really, really
too seriously. Yeah.
And I don't think that's good for the fitness industry.
I don't think it is.
Yeah.
It's just, you know what I mean? It's something I've got to get my head about, because like I can't be in control of the people, and I can't, you know what I mean? I'm not responsible for these people doing it. All I'm responsible for is the sort of like the people around me and stuff like that, and just giving them a message of don't care what you look like so much and what you feel like. You know, everyone's they want to be models and nobody wants to be a role model, and it's showing people to be just weird people. Why can't you just fucking don't give a fuck, man?
I remember the first session you came to. I have a big thing, so I've made my own concrete dumbbells, and
yeah. Fucking I forgot about how long ago was that?
It was almost 2 years ago, and you know, these concrete dumbbells are like my pride and joy, because I know how much time and effort and energy went into making them. And you came for your first session, and I always say to people, right, whatever you do when using these, just put them down gently, don't drop them. And I mustn't have said it this day, and you came, you did an overhead press, and you just went, chucked them in the air, and it's like everyone in the class just went, it was like a slow-mo, everyone just went, oh. And then
the warrior's going to come out.
At me, and I was like, petrified.
The warrior's going to come out.
I was like, Tim, just do us a favour. Just next time, just put him down nice and gently, please, because I've not got it in me to be like, unless it's someone who's been coming a long time, I can bank with like, don't drop him. You know, with you, I was like, I met you for the first time. Don't do that, Tim. And I was like, you know what, like, let's just make a video of that. Just do that again. It was.
That's what we try to do here, mate. Is capture those lovely little moments. You know, when something will happen or what's, and go right. Come on, let's get that on video. That's what we're about.
Yeah.
There'll be more of that you've not tapped into, about that family aspect.
Yeah.
About these certain relationships that go on with the thing, that people have certain bits of banter that maybe you need to communicate, because that's what family's about.
But I always say, like, when things like that happen, it's like, you know what, that's a great message to send to lots of other, to share with other people on social media.
Yeah.
Like, I wish we captured that moment on camera, and not just like somebody looking great, flipping a tyre, looking like a beast. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you've just got to be more mindful of it and aware of it. It's harder, mate, because like you're not that. I'm more cool with it, mate. I'm just like, right, let's fucking do this video on like doing this. And
well, things happen in the moment, don't they?
Yeah. But you can actually ask him to do it again and still feel natural without you know, let's stage it kind of thing.
Yeah.
You can do it
share with us
way.
What you just said. Yeah.
That's the message, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just the values and ethics of everything that you do, mate. It's within that gym is everything,
and it's something that's just been passed down from, you know, my family, my experiences through being at the elite level in wrestling, travelling, being lucky to travel the world and experience different cultures, and just picking what relates to me, and that I can not organically pass on to others. No, I'm not for one just shoving it down people's throats. This is how you should be. I think that's wrong, but just naturally. Yeah.
Everything's come natural to you, hasn't it? It's just kind of flowed, hasn't it? You've not really thought about anything so much. No. It's just kind of happened.
I don't. I've always been like that. Just try it, and if it's wrong, then it's wrong.
Yeah.
Like, people always take the mickey out of classes, like, I might not pay attention to detail.
Yeah.
But I've just like gone and done it, when really I probably should have took a step back and think, right, plan this a bit better. But we've spoke about this. We're not patient people, are we?
Yeah, no.
We just want to have a do with it.
Yeah.
Just have a go.
Yeah. It's getting them moments, mate, into about that patiousness thing, that where you're not planning stuff on camera and showing that personality side of it.
Yeah.
Because it's good what you've got, and it's got nice personality, but it's lacking the depth of personality that I know it has.
Yeah.
With the characters that are within there, and we need to kind of show that off.
Definitely.
And show other people that there's another way. There's another way to fitness.
Yeah, unless you've been.
Yeah.
An experience like what the atmosphere is like and the vibes like, you wouldn't know, would you?
No. I mean, you put the barbecues on and everything, don't you? And
when people love that, like in the summer, put a slip and slide out when we have a heat wave. End at session, just having a laugh. The games that we play at the start, like with the Nerf, and it's just, you know, a good.
It just feels like family, like a family barbecue.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
Yeah, it's the best way to describe it, really.
I just feel like what I need to do is, you know, come down a little bit earlier and stuff, and help you do some of these stories and help you tell some of these stories, and to show you, for you then to go click in your mind and go, you can do that. I'm going to get kind of more of that. I love the classes, mate.
It's good having you down. It really is good having you down. Like, I know not everybody will know or remember who you are, but when you come, they'll say, "Oh yeah, that guy with the spiky hair. What's his name? Tim. Tim. He's a good laugh. Tim. He's a good laugh. He's a good laugh.
He's mint, isn't it?
Like, everyone who works with you says like they enjoy working with you, and it's.
I think
I buzz when you come down.
I appreciate it, mate. I appreciate it. It's just life's too serious, man, don't it? People take life too serious, and it's like, you just have a laugh, man, and be weird.
Yeah.
Just be unique. There's only like one, you only get one shot at life. It's not taking it too serious and thinking about, I need to get abs off. Okay, I'm just like, just enjoy fitness for what it is, man.
Yeah.
Part of something bigger than yourself. Just because it makes you feel amazing at the end of it.
Yeah, one of my older members, Leslie, she's like late 50s, and she said yesterday, like, I'm not gonna stop. She still feels 18 in her body, like in her mind, and she's not gonna stop, like, trying to improve or have goals or, you know, life's starting for her.
It's meant that, innit?
Yeah, and it's such a good mindset to have and to pass on to, you know, people who are younger than myself. Like, it's inspiring, and that's what I want Farmer Strong to be, to surround yourself with people who want you not just to be better physically, but like mentally. Yeah,
there's a lot of gyms like that, isn't there? You can see people in there wanting to be the best, and they're thinking about themselves.
I feel like community, the word community is like dished out everywhere now, innit? Like, everyone wants to be a community, but is it really a community? You know, if somebody leaves feeling shit about themselves because some other person's done this, done that, it's not really a community, is it?
No. It's re-establishing that word, you know what I mean? Because it's like you get then sort of put in the same box as these other people, and they're saying they've got the community, but like when you've been at Farmer Strong, you understand what a community is. It's just like, it's so hard to fucking explain the feeling that you get when you're there.
It's something that, like, I'm very proud of, that people feel comfortable and welcomed, and like,
I can see it in your face when people like turn up, and if the person turns up and they've never been before and they're walking through and nobody's greeting them, I can see you.
Yeah, that used to be my biggest fear, you know, when a new person used to come up, and I used to be like, oh, should I go and say hi to him, and should I do this? But I'm thinking, no, they look a bit shy, so maybe I should just let them find their own like way, and maybe they'll feel a bit comfortable. But straight off the bat now, I'm like,
people need that straight off the bat.
Calm them down from the straight away. They don't even have to say anything, but just like, how you doing? Like, Charlie, nice to meet you. And just getting them like feeling relaxed, and that approach has paid off with a lot of people.
How many you got in the classes now then?
So we cater up to 20 people in a class. So, you know, our busiest days are like Monday, Tuesday, because everyone wants to start the week off on a high note, or I know what you mean. Start the week off well. So yeah, it's getting busier than what it were compared to in May last year, where I was preparing for the games. We've expanded our membership, new coaches, Del, Holly, do an amazing job. So
shout out to Holly.
Yeah,
shout out, mate.
And more classes, bigger timetable. So it's just gradually improving all the time. Yeah.
You just got to just keep going, mate.
Yeah.
There's nothing. There's nothing to change, is there? You just got to keep. You just got to keep going.
Yeah, keep making it fun. Keep turning up every day and loving it.
Summer's going to be. You're going to be battered in summer. I bet you're going to be the busiest it's ever been.
I hope so. But I hope the quality still remains the same.
Yeah, but that's because you at the helm, mate. That'll never change.
Yeah.
Will it?
I hope.
It won't do.
Yeah.
Because no matter what happens, it always comes back to you and what you say.
Yeah.
And that's the trick with any good brand. The person at the top always has the kind of last say. You get the people in place who've got the same values and stuff like that. But if you see something, that's not good enough, that.
Yeah. And I'm very lucky to have them guys, Holly and Del, who are there supporting to be at hand, and that's not right. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
They can just change things, and they understand it. They understand what Farmer Strong is and what it's about.
Well, it's a good thing about you. You're always asking people how you can get better and stuff like that. You're not fixed in your thing. You have got this sort of white belt mentality kind of feel. You're always learning. You're always willing to grow. Not like, I'm done now. It's like it's perfect or what's it. You're always developing,
looking at ways to improve.
Yeah,
it's having that fine balance, though, isn't it? With having that mentality and being proud of how far you've come, because I think we can beat ourselves up sometimes and, you know, thinking, wow, I could have done that. But if you take a step back and think 2 years, well, we're approaching 3 years now, and thinking, bloody hell, I was on a field, just, I didn't even have any equipment, I didn't even spend any money.
Carrying bales around.
I didn't even spend any money to get started. You were just completely like winging it.
Yeah.
But making it a fun time.
Mad, isn't it, how quick? You think it's just like, you know, in this moment you kind of stop and you think, fucking hell, I have gone from that to that, like.
I've not done that.
Yeah.
But then when you reflect, you think, oh, actually, I've done quite well here.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
It's hard for you because, like, you're down there all the time and you see it. But, like, because I only go sort of like every now and then, and I go, and then I see 20 people in there, I'm just like, whoa, Charlie, fucking hell, mate, this is a bit of an energy shift here.
Yeah.
There's something happening here that you're maybe unaware of you're seeing. Because you're so in it all the time. You're not looking at it like that.
It's an addiction.
Yeah.
You know, always chasing for better.
Yeah.
It's an addiction sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've got to stop that as well. I'm exactly like you. You know what I mean? It's just like that. And I think it's cool. You know what I mean? It's just like having drive and being in control, but sometimes you just got to stop control and let Dell do his thing, let Holly do her thing, and you know they're part of Farmer Strong family, man. Let them do it their way, not Charlie's way, because Charlie's ways. Do you know what I mean? I do it with Gaz sometimes, just like I wouldn't do it like that. Why don't you do it? And I'm just like, wait a minute. It's like Gaz's way is perfectly fine.
Yeah. Just
because I do it a different way, saying that it's right.
Everyone brings something different to the table, don't they?
Yeah. Well, the cores are the same and the values are the same, which I know 100% both of those are. Yeah. They might not just get back to somebody on a DM, or they might not get back to them on email like as quick as I would do, and be like, why have you not fucking got back to them fucking bit? Like,
yeah. I had a bad review on Google once. The only bad review I've ever had. And the guy gave me like 1-star rating because he said I didn't.
What did you do?
Reply to an email, but it wasn't like an open.
Did you see your ass?
I was like a bit upset, but it wasn't like an open like response. He just kind of left it as that, and then I was like, well, why has he done that?
Yeah, mad, innit?
So yeah.
They're the things that really get me. It's just like, you know what I mean? There's a part of me that I don't give a fuck, but there's also a part that I do really give a fuck. And if somebody says something kind of itchy, then you're like,
in the time it does it, but then
does he not like me?
you leave it like 2 days and you're like laughing off. You're thinking like, well, what was that all about?
It's mad running a business, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so lonely at times, mate, isn't it?
Not many people will actually understand it until they're in your shoes.
Yeah, because even though you've got loads of people around you, it can get really lonely in your own head, can't it?
Yeah.
Almost just like, what the fuck?
I feel bad sometimes when I go home at night and I speak to my girlfriend Alina, and like all I'm talking about is Farmer Strong, but there's more going on in like other people's lives, in your lives, than just like what's happened at Farmer Strong and your business and what your goals are. And
it's getting that balance, mate.
Yeah, it's the balance of
getting
getting too soaked up into it.
Yeah. It's just got so much more potential on it that you know where it's going to kind of get to, like, and it's like, I always think to myself sometimes, if I take my foot off the pedal, it'll just kind of, you know what I mean? Because I know what it means to have nothing. I've got that scarcity mindset, you know, and it's like, I feel like if I don't keep doing it and I don't keep talking about it, and I take my foot off the pedal, I'm going to lose everything. So I struggle with that, mate.
Yeah, I do. I feel like if because
you're going to go back to that guy on a fucking field carrying a hay bale like that.
Yeah.
And you're like, fucking
hell. You don't want to,
even though it's fun, I don't want to go back to that.
That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
That if you don't keep moving forward, that you're going to go back.
Yeah.
I was speaking to a friend of mine who owns a few gyms, Josh, and I was saying, but if I don't do this, then this might happen. He's like, well, don't be in the mindset of going backwards.
Yeah.
You've got to be thinking like forwards. But it is like that. I think that's how naturally you do feel as a business owner, of like backward steps.
Yeah.
When really you should be thinking of forward.
Yeah. I've trained my mind to be better at it. You know, I've trained it to be better at it. I've trained myself to switch off, you know, do quite a lot of meditation and cold water and that kind of thing. That really does help me to switch off from them things and stuff. Do you do anything like that, you?
I've just started, I won't class it as cold water therapy, but outdoor swimming.
Yeah.
So you have the suit on, dry suit, and
right.
just have a swim, and you're probably not getting the full benefits of the cold because you've got your suit on.
Yeah.
But when you're jumping in, still, if you're jumping in when the weather's like this.
What are you doing that?
In Eccleston, Delft. So that's with a good friend of mine now, who was my nutritionist up until the Commonwealth Games, Sam McKenzie. He's got me involved in that, and we've been going on a Sunday, or during the summer we were going early morning, having a dip and having a swim around the Delft. And it's just something different, and you do feel better after it, don't you?
Yeah. It's sort of a type of meditation for you to switch off from Farmer Strong, or are you swimming and thinking?
Yeah. I mean, love being with Alina and cooking, and you know, just doing something that's still productive. I think is our way of.
Can you not just lie there and be at peace, like, or are you always?
I can do. I do like being lazy.
Yeah.
You know, just sitting there scrolling through, you know, TikTok or whatever, or Facebook, and I can do that. But I feel like, you know, going for a walk or being outdoors still.
Yeah.
I'd hate just to be stuck inside.
Yeah.
You know, on holiday, it's all right lying by the pool for an hour, but after that, it's like, let's go and have a walk and explore. And
so, if somebody wants to sign up to Farmer Strong, how can they sign up?
So they can message me directly on Instagram at Farmer Strong Official, or visit the website,
which is
Farmer Strong. I don't even know. I'll have to check.
Is it Farmer Strong Official, or is it Farmer Strong?
Farmer Strong Official.
Right, Sam.
And then farmerstrong.co.uk.
Right, Sam.
That's the website. But yeah, feel free to DM. DMs are open. Facebook, Farmer Strong as well. If they want to get in touch, feel free.
I'll be there tomorrow, mate.
You're down tomorrow?
Down tomorrow, booked on, done.
Dell's taking tomorrow. I won't be
all right,
there,
sick.
But I'm doing a wrestling seminar over in Manchester.
All right, amazing, mate.
So, yeah, but it's a good session plan. You'll enjoy it.
Yeah. Right, sick. I'll enjoy that. Thanks, Charlie.
Appreciate Thanks for having me on.
As always. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.